I'm doing a lingerie photo shoot tomorrow, and I don't know what I'm going to wear.
Oh, yes. The ab work this requires.
Oh, is it?
It is. Oh, is it?
It's not like I didn't see this coming. I chose the date. I chose the time. But for some reason this past month, instead of preparing something, I've just been having panic dreams about it. So here we are. I think my issue is that I've gotten lingerie photos taken before by these photographers. I will include them here. And that was a mini session. It was only 25 minutes long. So I was like, I need to pull out all the stops. I don't have much time, so I better wear my sexiest stuff, my highest heels, you know, just really bring the sexy. Which brings me to now, I'm like, oh, I'm doing an hour-long session, and what do I wear? So I did some searching on the internet to see if I could find something, and here's how that went. Okay, I'm here on Amazon.com. I don't like to support Amazon, I don't like to support fast fashion, but I'm desperate. Let me see if I can just find anything. Okay, this little bodysuit here might be good. Although my boobs in no way would look like that, and oh god, okay, it's like crotchless or see-through at the crotch. Okay, what else is on? Scrolling. Whose body actually looks like this? I don't think anyone's. Okay, scrolling. It's feeling very performative sexuality. Okay, let's check JCPenney. Nice, family-friendly JCPenney. Let's see what they've got. Okay, apparently all of their lingerie is called Jezebel. I'll decide if I'm a Jezebel. Thank you very much, JCPenney. Now I'm already starting to feel guilty about the idea of buying something new for this photo shoot because, like, I already have so many clothes and I've done my closet clean out video, and now we're just getting into a bunch of shapewear, and I don't want shapewear, JCPenney. Okay, what about Etsy? Oh god, Etsy sellers are on a strike right now. Don't cross those picket lines, Kelsey. I remember seeing a fascination shop near my house. Oh god, it's mostly a sex toy store. Okay, let me look at what they've got anyway. Here we go. April showers. No, just ignore that. Okay, we're going to look at the lingerie. It's okay that this is all feeling very performative heterosexuality, very performative sexuality in general. It's not making me feel good about myself, not making me feel good about the idea of this lingerie shoot, but I could just be sexy, you know, oh god, I'm lost. Someone come pick me up. And that brings us to now. So I'm going to include a shot of what the studio looks like that we'll be shooting at tomorrow. So here's my best attempts to find something that will look good in that place. Let's see what I've got. It may seem like I'm way overthinking everything, but it's a little tricky because it's like, okay, I wore this silver swimsuit in my last photo shoot with them. I can't just straight up wear a thong because I'm making content for YouTube, but I also don't want to just wear like regular old underwear because I want to make it special, you know, it's a lingerie photo shoot. And I have things like this little bra that you've seen me on the pole in 1,000 times, and I want it to feel fresh and new. I also have a bunch of random costume pieces that I was like, well, maybe I can incorporate these, but it also is a lingerie photo shoot, and it's mostly about the lingerie, right? Not this big poofy skirt. I certainly won't be bringing that with me to the photo shoot. Here's me actually workshopping the looks to see what would work. And pro tip, I'm wearing a nude colored thong under this lacy underwear so I could get away with wearing it on YouTube. But at this point I was kind of questioning everything, like my motivations for doing this shoot, what is being sexy versus being sexualized, is someone weird gonna watch this video and be like, ooh, hubba hubba, and then I'm gonna feel weird about myself and everything. So it was just kind of becoming a whole thing. You guys say you like this silver swimsuit, so it's coming back, baby! But here you can see this is like a genuine recording of me just working myself up into an anxiety spiral. What I really needed was to actually be with my photographers, to feel their energy, to just get this thing going. But before I could do that, I had to put on makeup.
Okay, just took a shower, just put on deodorant and everything. It's time to do my makeup. And I do have like this little pimple right here in the middle of my nose that would have been completely fine if I had not picked at it last night, but of course I did. So I think I'm gonna wear like foundation or something, which I haven't put on since I've got my nose pierced, and I don't even know how to do that. So wish me luck. Okay, I'm sure this looks awful because I just put on powder, but it's really hard for me to do makeup because I can't wear my glasses while I do it. So, but as far as I know, this dot on my nose is still visible, even though I just put on a bunch of makeup so you couldn't see it. Okay, so there's a moment in every big makeup look where I start freaking out. This is that moment. the brows are on and the face is on, and I'm like, oh no, this is terrible. It looks terrible. I look like a clown. I don't know what I'm doing. Putting on blush made it worse. You can't even see it, but I can see it. I know it's there. This is not my moment. I just put on pink eyeshadow because it's vaguely pink in there, but it just looks like I have pink eye now. I hate this. I hate me. I hate this. It's really not so bad. I'm just being dramatic because I don't do this very often, but it's gonna have to be okay because I don't have time to redo it. I listened to a single Selena Gomez song and I feel a little better, so here's what my hair looks like to start. I figure I'll take these little things out at a certain point to switch it up. Yeah, I can like pull them in front, you know, have an extra little look. Mostly I'm just kind of over being in this bathroom. So I guess next time I see you, it'll be at the photo shoot.
So me, my anxieties, and my outfit changes bundled up and headed over to the studio house where I met with my photographers, and oh my gosh, they immediately just made me feel so much better about everything because they are the funniest and the coolest, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hello.
Hi.
Who are you people?
I am Jenna.
I'm Emily.
And
That's photography.
yes, we are photographers for. I'm so sorry. Can we take that again?
Yeah.
Kelsey's gonna need to edit this one. Okay.
Ready?
Ready?
Action. You have lipstick on your teeth.
Hi, I am Jenna Spetz.
I'm Emily's bed.
And we are wedding photographers as well as boudoir, couples, and family photographers.
And portraits.
And portraits, yeah. We are sisters, and our business is called Spetz Photography.
Just popping in real quick to say, yeah, if you've ever seen a cool photo of me on social media, that would be the doing of Spetz Photography. They are the best. Okay, carrying on with the video.
So what are we here to do today?
Today, we are going to be doing
War.
our boudoir session with Kelsey.
That's me.
Yeah. It's fun because Kelsey and I have known each other since we were like 13 years old, and we have done a lot of photo shoots together as teenagers. But this one will be a little bit more professional.
What should I expect from an hour-long boudoir shoot?
We will definitely be yelling compliments at you the whole time, and we're
A
gonna
fire boudoir playlist.
boudoir playlist and a lot of fun. It's a lot. Honestly, boudoir
Yeah.
is so much fun.
One of the things I like best about shooting with Jenna and Emily is that they'll actually get down and model the poses that they're hoping for you to get. I mean, they didn't tell me you have to do this, but contrary to what you might think, I am not actually that comfortable sitting around in my underwear to get still images like this. I'm much more comfortable, doing all my action stuff on the pole. So I found this kind of awkward, and their direction was so helpful. And you'll see in a second, like Jenna comes and adjusts my hair, so at every moment they are just doing what's best to get the best shot. And don't believe for a second that they were not completely hyping me up the entire time, because they absolutely were.
Yes.
Obsessed.
Gorgeous. Yes. Gorgeous. Oh my god, yes.
To get some extra mileage out of this first look, I added and then took away some dangling earrings, and then I did some with my glasses on and some with them off. Time for look 2.
And you can be on your knees. And I'm gonna have you face this way.
Okay.
And then I want you to you can have one hand up, and then I want this one just you just waving it around you, okay?
Yes, bitch, it's the silver swimsuit. I had to go for it, even though I was reluctant. Here I am waving around an LED light-up wand that my dad got for me. I'm not sure what camera trickery Jenna and Emily are using to capture the motion, but they are, so that's why you see me just staying still and then waving my hand around.
This is gonna be a whole video of you just
Does it reflect? Oh, it does.
It does. Yeah, it does.
Sick. Like this?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you can kind of have your head back to and then kind of tilt your head this way. Yes, exactly. And bring your chin down just a little bit for me. Perfect. And bring your arm holding it down a little bit for me. Yes, perfect.
You just heard Jenna give me a series of specific instructions for what to do with each part of my body. Without my glasses on, I have such a hard time seeing what anyone's modeling for me, so I really needed these specific instructions to get along.
Perfect. I feel like I'm in color guard.
I like incorporating props like this light because it makes me feel less awkward about just trying to look pretty or posed in my underwear, gives me something to do with my hands, and hopefully it makes a really cool shot.
Oh, it's a lot of coordination.
I asked Jenna and Emily to walk me through a couple of beginner poses that are perfect for anyone who wants to do their own lingerie photo shoot. Here is what they had to say.
A few things you can do with it, so you can have like
Yes, like once
hands
you're
on
here,
the
you
back.
can do that. Or like there's this one.
Mhm.
Cute.
You could do one of these,
Cute.
or you could do one of these,
Okay.
or you could bring it up like you did.
Okay.
So it's like you can get a lot of
There's-
poses
with,
from
like, the
just the
one.
one sitting down. Especially, I feel like for people who need a little bit of warm up, where they're like, I don't know how to look sexy. It's like so easy to look sexy by just like closing your eyes and throwing your head back.
Well, especially too if you do like go really ham on like a back arch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know I love a back arch. Okay. So you heard it here first, folks. You don't sit like this. You do a little side-on, little.
That is like such a yes.
Yes! Yes!
With that and a desperate fumble for my glasses, it was time to move on to my last and riskiest look, which we only had a few minutes to capture.
And then
Okay.
like something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
The poofy dress is really just to work with this room, so do whatever
Okay.
you want with it.
The poofy dress in question is actually a skirt that I'm wearing up around my boobs, and again, I was like, this could be so stupid, or this could look kind of neat with this room.
And then go ahead and close your eyes. Perfect. Oh my gosh, this I like how it like flows around. I want that in the video, please. I like how it flows around. Okay. Yes!
We were really scurrying to capture this look at this point, so I didn't have time to change my camera around, but it's cute. I got a shot of my photographers getting a shot of me. So meta.
I'm gonna have you come right over here and I'm gonna have you get on your knees and then I'll have you like hold it up like this.
Okay. Perfect. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. I know.
I didn't show it on camera, but I did tuck the straps of that stupid purple top in underneath, so it doesn't look like I'm wearing a stupid purple top under the skirt anymore. Time for a sexy surprise! Boom! I'm wearing those little garter things under this skirt. Sometimes I get these concepts in my head, like, oh, it'll look like I'm standing in a cloud, but I've got like sexy lady garter legs on. Anyway, that was my vision for this photo shoot for wearing this skirt anyway, so hopefully it turns out.
See, it's all about the swish.
It's all about the swish.
Like I do have to say I was a little skeptical when you walked in with this.
Because it looks really stupid, but
Yeah,
it's
but
all-
no, but when you're moving it, it looks like
Yeah.
really good.
And just like that, our hour was up. I had to hurry back into my clothes and we had to say goodbye to the studio house. And now I guess I'll just wait a week for the photos to arrive. See you then! Good morning. Yes, I am dressed a little bit like a children's librarian. I'm drinking some coffee and the photos are here. Actually, they got here yesterday, but my brain was a little bit too staticky to be able to record. So I believe that in the contract, Jenna and Emily promised me 30 photos, and I ended up with 48 photos. So let's take a look. So I'll go in order based on the outfits I was wearing. So that first outfit, the white crop top and the little lacy bottoms. I love this one. I think my hair looks really cool. I think my body looks really cool. And I love how much of the background they captured. It really makes me feel like I'm floating on a cloud. Then we just have more variety of me sitting back on the bed. That was like you saw Jenna and Emily giving me that little tutorial of like you can do tons of things from that one little pose. Here's the sitting on the floor ones. Okay, these and I am glad that I went with putting the thong underneath the lace underwear because it made me feel a lot more comfortable to do poses like this. I mean, you can do lingerie shoots like fully nude or wearing like almost nothing and it's fine, but I just was like, I kind of want to know that like I'm not giving you a view of things that you cannot unsee, you know? Oh, then that one's really cute. I tend to favor the ones where I'm laughing because I think that captures the essence of me a lot more than like being serious. Because, I mean, you guys know I'm just a goofy person, you know? I'm like super fun. Anyway, these ones perched on the edge of the bed. I gotta say, my makeup looks a lot better than I thought it did. And then I remember this one because Jenna and Emily were behind the curtains, sort of like finagling them around, so you can see in the forefront here, there's like a bit of the gauzy curtain, and I remember Emily like holding that out for Jenna to get that shot. Okay, moving on next to the silver swimsuit. Here's me lying down on the bed. This was Emily's pose, I believe. Me having my full girls just want to have fun moment. And busting out the heels that I never get to wear for anything. Jenna and Emily had to very specifically tell me how to put my body, like,
okay, go ahead and bring your legs down and then bring them up and then bring your left leg up a little more and then put your right hand on the inside of your right thigh.
I don't think I would have positioned myself like this to get such a flattering shot. If you just let me lay there, I would have probably just flopped down like a corpse and it would not have looked like this. Okay, I love this one of me laying down on the bed. I feel like this was one of the times that Jenna was kind of like really standing tall over me. I think it's really flattering and pretty, and it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm so elegant, I sort of can't believe that that's me. I'm like, who is that? She looks nice. Oh my gosh, this laying down on the floor one. It was so tricky because they were like, can you balance on the back of your head? Like on just the fine point on the back of your head, really arch your neck up. No, really balance on the back of your head. And I was like, what do you want from me? So like Jenna had to fully get down on the ground with me and arch her head so I could copy what she was doing. And I think it came with a beautiful result. I really like the way that my tricep is kind of popping in this pic. Okay, and then now we have the LED wand ones. So it looks like, I'm gonna sound real smart here unless I sound really stupid. Long exposure is what Jenna might have used to get this shot. And then the ones where she had me whip my head back and forth and whip the thing back and forth at the same time have this really neat blur effect to them. I particularly love this one where like my legs are in focus but my face is a blur. I know, that's not me being like, oh, my favorite picture is the one where you can't see my face. No, that's not it at all. It just makes me feel like a piece of surrealist art. And then the last photos are the ones of the poofy skirt. And again, we only had like 10 minutes to capture these photos. So we were in a rush, and I am surprised by the amount of amazing content we got out of that rush. This might be one of my favorite photos of the whole shoot, just because I think the clouds look so cool. I love the movement. And then yeah, you can see the garters underneath, which was again my vision, you know, like a sexy little peek of something underneath, you know, a cool skirt. And these bed ones, you don't even know how hard it was to balance on that bed. Oh my gosh, the mattress was like really springy, so every time I'd be balanced and I could hear Emily be like, great, I would fall backwards a little bit. So amazing they got any shots out of this at all. I really like this one of me sitting on the edge of the bed with just the peak of the garter. I'm doing a little bit of a smize for my America's Next Top Model fan. All told, that was a wonderful experience. I mean, you got to see how nervous and anxious I was beforehand, really working myself up about it, but they just made me feel so comfortable and so welcome, and yes, even sexy. Like I said, I feel a lot more comfortable being sexy if I'm like, and I'm sexy in a pole trick than like, and I'm sexy sitting on the floor in my underwear. This reminds me of this Schitt's Creek quote.
Then allow me to offer you some advice. Take 1,000 naked pictures of yourself now. Believe me, one day you will look at those photos with much kinder eyes and say, dear God, I was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful that 30 years from now I can pull these photos out and be like, wow, that's what I looked like at that stage of my life. I know it seems counterintuitive if you're like not super confident with yourself for me to tell you, go pose in your underwear and get professional photos done. But seriously, it might help you if you're along your journey to body positivity or body neutrality as I am. Having photographs like this, being hyped up by photographers who are helping you pose in a way that feels good for your body and that makes beautiful photos, it is really empowering because you can be like, yeah, that's me. Look how amazing I am. I guess that wraps up our adventure. You will be seeing these photos a lot on social media very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye!